Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going shopping to the dollar store to see what they have for Halloween, and I have to say they did not disappoint. There was a large selection to have a look at. The first thing that caught my eye were these cobwebs. If you were looking for some, they were pretty good, stretched quite far. I have mine already at home from last year, so I don't really need to buy anymore. And then I found these skeletons. They had all sorts of skeletons, cats and snake skeletons, and it was just unreal. These spiders I thought were very realistic. They really looked nice, and they were 20 crowns, which is very reasonable. And then I moved on to all these skeletons that they had here at the dollar store. And I have to say, they did not disappoint. I mean, if you thought of a skeleton, they actually had it. They had clown skeletons, they had a jack-o'-lantern skeleton, they had vampire skeletons, they had plain skeletons, they had even a jailbird skeleton. Anything you wanted or could think of, they had it. It was unreal. This ghost was really cute. You could emulate it at home very easily. And here is the jailbird skeleton. It was just really quite cute. I thought that was very clever. These dolls were so spooky. If you hung them in the right atmosphere, somebody could get really, really scared. And this is the clown skeleton that they had. Please leave me a comment below if you are from the States and tell me if this is exactly what you find in the States for Halloween, or do you all have a lot more things at the dollar store for Halloween, because I know Halloween is so big in the States. This hand was cool. It was a battery operated hand, obviously moves by itself once the batteries are in it, but it did cost 220 crowns. I've come to realize that not everything at the dollar store costs $1 or 10 crowns for me, where I live here in Sweden. This mask was very, very scary, and all these masks really are too scary for me. My kids are still quite young, so I moved past them. And I went over to the next section, which was really more my style. It had lots of buckets for trick-or-treating, a cauldron, if you were doing a witches theme Halloween. This really caught my eye. It was a very beautiful lace, and I actually quite regret not buying some, so I might actually go back for it, because the lace in itself is probably quite expensive if I went to buy it at a specialty store. These were tablecloths of different prints, were quite nice. If you bought two, you got it for 30 crowns, and on its own it was 20 crowns. This was an outfit, a skeleton's outfit, very simple dress for 70 crowns. And then there was this nun outfit I thought was quite cute. It was a little bit more expensive. There were a couple of wigs, so if you were looking for wigs for a party or to change anything up, now would be the time to buy. These were pretty new. I hadn't seen them last year. It's a heart and a zombie hand, very gory. Not in keeping with my Halloween style, but nevertheless fun to have a look at. These bags, I bought 2 of them for my kids last year. They're easy to stow away, like the buckets, and very light for them to carry. And these masks I thought were really well made, especially this one. It reminded me of the American Horror Story series. It was so spooky and so scary. It was actually very well made. Then I walked past this section and I came across some wands, and I was thinking if you were doing a Harry Potter party, now would be the time to buy some of those wands to give away as gifts when children were leaving. This was really cute for some younger children, and they had different types of witches' hats. I have a couple of them at home from last year. These spiders were fun. And so was this. I mean, if you were having a party and doing shots, or you're having small snacks in there, I could see somebody using it that way. And this mask I thought was really sweet for a little girl, a Spanish type mask. It was scary, but not too scary. It looked very feminine, and I thought it was very nice. We are back at home after our trip to the dollar store. I did find some things that I wanted to buy, so I'm going to show you what I actually bought at the dollar store and how much they cost. And next week I'm going to do a video about how I use them to create a higher end look in my home for Halloween without it being too gimmicky. So let me show you the first thing that I bought at the dollar store. Now, I did say I was looking for a skull of some sort. I didn't find any individual skulls, so I had to buy a skeleton as a whole. So I found this bag of bones and things. Oh, got some stickers here for the kids, but some bones I found, and I found the skull with it. I thought it looked quite realistic on the screen. I mean, to the touch, it's very, very light, but I think it could really work with the right setting. Like if you turn him like that, it looks quite realistic. They had some other ones with really black inside, but I didn't think they looked very realistic. This does to me. I really, really liked it. My husband has a good eye for these things, so he thought it was also very nice. So I got that, but that came with this big pack. And I have to say, there are some other bones in here. I mean, on screen they look okay, but close up they're really hollow and they're not very nice. So I'm not going to be using them. But I did find the hands inside here. They had made out of another type of material, and these looked really realistic as well. So I'm really excited to use these. I don't know exactly how I'm going to use it. I'm thinking maybe it could creep out of a drawer or something like that, but we will see how I use it. I need to think a little bit. But this one was really good, but it is made out of another type of material. That's why it looks more realistic. So there were two of these at the store, which I thought was a pretty good price for this whole bag. I could even use this net for something. I don't know. It still looks very Halloweeny, but we'll see what I use. So that was the first one that I actually bought for the skull. And then after that, I was on the lookout for some birds. I mean, I have bought some birds from Amazon last year, which I love to use, and I might buy some more from there. But I was looking to see if I could find anything at the dollar store, which is obviously easier since I was there. But unfortunately, they didn't have any normal birds, but they did have this. I did show it to you in the video if you watched. This bird looked really quite realistic, but I just didn't like it on the skeleton head. But I did buy it because I thought I could just turn it this way. It looks like it's on a set of books. I could paint that if I wanted to, but it looked quite cool. It looked like it's just standing on a stone or a sort of boulder, if you will. I don't know. I think it looks quite nice like that. The detailing on the bird was pretty, really realistic. And these were, I want to say, yeah, 50 crowns, I think. Yes, 50 crowns for these. Which is pretty good because I did pay quite a bit on Amazon sometimes for these birds as well. And this is a made from ceramic. So, I mean, if you ever wanted to use this side, you could. But for me, that just looks too gimmicky. I will be using it this way. But I will show you how I style this also next week. Second, then I was looking for some sort of gauze, and I found this, which I thought was really cool. It is, you could do a mummy with it, I suppose, but this really came with a sort of a thing. I mean, I could use this because this is very in keeping with my color, but I won't use it together. I have other plans for this gauze. I'm going to be using it on my console. I'm going to show you how I do that. I thought that was really, really quite cool. It's torn at the bottom and it's on a hole here. And this one, I couldn't really find a price when I went. I found it towards the end. Somebody had left it behind. So I paid 40 crowns for that. I went to the cashier and they couldn't find a price, and they said, can you pay 40 crowns? And I said, that's fine. So I thought I could use the board separately. It was quite cool. It says, beware, enter at own risk. I thought that was quite cool. Actually looking at it now, I didn't really pay attention to it. I was trying it for the gauze here. So stay tuned. I will show you what I do with that. So that was 40 crowns and that was really exciting. I wanted to find something like that. And then what I did was I wanted to make I have some candle holders. Now I do have some gold candle holders, but since I was going to do a look completely with things from the dollar store, I am trying to keep it within that theme. And so I did find these gold candle holders. I mean, they are a little bit too gold for my liking, but they could work. So they were in different heights. There was another one in different heights. So this one was 80 crowns. They were both 80 crowns for the candle holders. They were pretty nice, I thought. They look very gold, but in the night you're not going to notice. And I wanted to have a sort of brownish color candle. I am going with a sort of brownish earthy kind of Halloween, and I found these. It was not exactly the color I was looking for, but it was close enough. So I was going to use these. I did buy some other colored candles at another shop for a little bit more price. These ones I want to say were, I think, 40 crowns for the entire box, and you get 8 lights in this, so that was 40 crowns, and then these were 80 each at the dollar store. I will use them and then let's see how it looks. So they were available, and they had others. I was looking for some black candle stands for the look, but I couldn't find any. But I do have some that I bought from IKEA. They're still available at IKEA, and they're really cheap. You get a set of 3 at different heights, which is what I like to have. So you could always get some black candle holders there if you wanted. But these two worked for now. Then I wanted to do a look with a black vase. Now I did find some other vases there that actually looked like what pictures in the high-end magazines that I've been looking at, the shape at least, but I didn't think the material was very high-end. And this one I found it and I thought it looked really rustic and really high-end. It is very heavy. It's made out of clay or ceramic, and it was just 80 crowns. The other ones were over 100 crowns. This is 80 crowns. I really thought it was a very good buy. Even if I don't use it, I can have it outside or in my house. I really like it. And my plan is to put some foliage in this one. I will show you how I do that later on, also in another video next week. So that was 80 crowns. And finally, I wanted to find some ribbon, some brown tanned colored ribbon to have on a wreath, or just add it to my green wreath that's already on my console. If you haven't seen my console styling video, I will leave the notes up in the video up in the notes here. And so I was really looking for something, but I couldn't find any ribbon. I found something, it was too thin, it just didn't work. And then I found this. I mean, they had so many different types of skeletons. Now, this skeleton is quite cool on its own. It cost me 40 crowns, but my idea with this is to take all these things apart and to use this material, cut it up, and see if I can make this into a ribbon of some sort. It's this browny sort of material I was looking to find. I could have used it if it was a little bit more orange or a little darker brown, but this would work. So let's see what I managed to do with this one. So that I bought for 40 crowns, and I'm planning to turn that into a ribbon of some sort. Then lastly and finally, I bought these. These were all 10 krona each, as you can see, at the dollar store. I don't like these skulls here. I mean, on their own, I don't know if I'd ever use them. My kids might play with them. But these were 10 krona, and I'm going to take these out. They were on wire, which was really great for what I'm planning to do. And I want to try and make a black wreath. I have made some wreaths before for Christmas that I use a lot, almost every year, and I use it for other times of the year as well. And I wanted to try and do a black wreath of some sort for Halloween. And this was really good because this is already on wire. As you can see, I can bend it, and it's, I don't know, it was really good. I did find some other things there that I thought I was gonna have to buy and paint black and all that, but then I found these, and these have leaves on them, and you can pull them out, I think, I'm hoping. Yes, you can pull them out like this, and so then I would use this, I suppose, to make a circle, and then I would start attaching all the leaves. So I did buy, how many did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 2 more there. I think I bought 6 of these, And let's see what I come up with over the week for next week's video. So as you can see, that's the leaf. So these were 10 crowns each. So it was 60 krona for all of them. I found this because I was going through Pinterest and a lot of the high-end magazines, and I found that dried florals in framed pictures have been very, very popular, and I wanted to see if I could emulate or create something like that. So I bought this from the dollar store. It was 50 crowns. I did go to some of the other stores. This was the cheapest I found. It is a gold frame with a mounting, which is a pretty good price. The frames can get very expensive. So I bought this and let's see what I make with this one. I'm quite excited to see what I can do with this. And then last year, and they were here this year as well, I found these paintings. Now they are paintings of flowers, but they're on this very moody black background, and it really allows for a very moody, dark sort of feel. And as you can see, it's got lots of greens and like peaches and browns, and it's very, very pretty. This one is a smaller one, and I think I bought this for 40 crowns. And then I did purchase a bigger one as well last year. This is even more moodier. It's got some dark colors here. And this is the brown I'm trying to emulate in my creations. So I'm going to be using these two, and these two are available at the moment also at the dollar store. I did see them. So here in Sweden, I'm really sorry. I don't know if it's available in the States, but anywhere else that has a dollar store. But this is the color that I'm really looking to implement this year into my fall Halloween decor, because that's what I have. So I'm going to be using these. So stay tuned next week. I'm going to show you how I style all these dollar store items on my console, how I do a Halloween setup, if you will. I like to focus on a few areas in the house, and then when I really decorate closer to Halloween, we have this black cobwebs that I buy, that I have bought before, that's really, really good. I just add that all over the house, and it just makes for a very spooky, very fun atmosphere. So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two types of looks. I'm going to show you the one with the all the things I bought from the dollar store, and the look that I'm going to be creating for my house in the end, with stuff that I already have and the stuff that I bought this year at the dollar store. So let's see what I come up with. So stay tuned for that video. Please subscribe to my channel, join my channel, and let's try and create beautiful homes and festive homes for a lot less money. So I'll see you next week, and have a good week. Bye-bye.